Our next guest is Colin A Borden, and here's a clip from his new episode on Dhar Mann.
To what I was saying, you take your flint and steel. Fire is a good distress signal. Come on. There. That's how you make a fire.
Hey, I saw all that. I'm sorry.
How does it feel to be the richest man in the world?
I am not the richest man in the world.
What? I'm sorry, but if you're not the richest man in the world, then who is?
A man I met a very long time ago. Someone far richer than I am.
Okay. Our first guest today is known for directing In Time with Justin Timberlake and MCU's most powerful superhero, Thor. He has also worked with the YouTube influencer media and has collaborated with such creators such as Sniper Wolf and Dhar Mann. It's Colin A Borden. Great. We're very, very, very excited to have you. You're actually, this is really good news to tell you. You're actually the first guest on this one, actually the show ever, not even the season, the first, ever.
Wow.
And so you're on here. Yeah, and I just, we have many great guests coming up, definitely, in the next few weeks.
You can only go up from here.
Yes, we can. That's true, but I'll tell you, yeah, exactly. I can tell you for a fact that we are very happy to have Colin here, and you've had a great career so far. You've had many things, and that's what we're going to get into too, is also saying what you're currently doing, because I don't want to go so far into the, everything you've done, because you've done a lot, you know what I mean? And you've directed, you've acted, so you've done a lot, and I've seen you. Before I even knew your name, I've seen you, on many episodes, especially on Dhar Mann and things like that. So we have Colin here for us. So yeah, how you been?
I've been great. I'm currently at home isolating because I got COVID.
Oh my gosh. How long have you known that for?
I'm on day 3.
Day 3. Okay. How's it going? Is it,
I have a very mild case. So it's mostly just sitting in my bedroom.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I feel like that's what a lot of people do. It's been so long, since COVID started now, but it still feels like it's almost like a normal thing, right? Like
it's getting more normal. I mean, I dodged it so successfully for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Really proud of myself. I was like, I'm one of those, I've got like Teflon skin. I should start submitting my blood work for science. And then,
and then bam, it just, you felt it. It was did it hit you hard? Did you were like, oh crap, what is this?
No, unfortunately, I have a friend who I know that I caught it from, and he had a really bad case. And
you were around him.
My case is very mild, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna check this out.
That's cool. Yeah, I still see all the, I drive by, or we drive by several areas, and you still see the COVID testing on the streets. And I was like, people want it. I forgot because I think some people just tried to move on, but
yeah,
I guess you can't.
No, probably not.
Yeah. So we're gonna go over a lot of things that you've done, though. So I just want to get right into this because, I mean, there's a lot that you've done, but I do want to start off first of all with just a simple question, which is, what has been your favorite character you have played so far? Because you've done many different, shows. So from everything.
Yeah. One of my favorites was in this play that I was in here in Los Angeles called Tamburlaine the Great. And Tamburlaine the Great is one of the it's an early Elizabethan play. It's this gigantic epic tragedy. And this theater company here in LA took it and skinned Klingons on top of it. So we were doing Klingon Tamburlaine. And I had one of those head ridges, and I'd like talk like this, and just gave these big, like, I pass not for his threats, these big angry Elizabethan verse speeches dressed like a Klingon, and it was just a hoot and a half getting to do that. And we got a lot of audiences. People came in cosplay, dressed like Klingons and Federation Star Trek people, and so that was just a lot of fun to do that one.
Do you prefer that more than, being part of a show or a movie, like, and say, like, acting in those?
No, I'd say it's all everything is its own thing. Like even every episode of Dhar Mann is a totally different beast. Just because you know you have different coworkers kind of every time, different people that you're acting with, different crew members, and everybody. And you know you're a different person from day to day, and the script is different. Sometimes I'll show up and I'm just there for an afternoon to do a couple lines. Sometimes I'm there for all 5 days, and so you know it's. I like the work of acting. I like the process of acting. And I just try to get out of every moment that I'm there what I can, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, it's the entertainment industry and you're definitely in all of it. I mean, you know what I mean? Not just one side of, you know, like or acting or just doing directing. You don't just do one, you do a whole a whole layout of all that, you know what I mean? Which is amazing to me because you know, I understand the industry probably not as well as you, but I understand it, and it's ruthless if you know when you're just doing one. So to do a lot of them, it's surprising to me that like, you know, that you seem to be able to handle as well as you do. You know what I mean? Because
I seem to.
yeah, you seem to. Yeah. Well, you know, I don't know how it is daily. I think a lot of people could, you know, in the industry could definitely say though, day through day in the industry, they feel kind of either beat or they don't know how to really handle it. But how do you handle it? You know what I mean? You know, because that's what I say. You seem to, but do you actually?
Yeah, you know, I mean, I think I understand what it is, and that it is
Yeah.
ruthless, and that it's not really a meritocracy. That you're not really actually as good as your last job or this or that. It's really just, are you right for this exact thing here and now? You know, I say to a lot of, I guess, aspiring actors is what you would call them. That audition for everything, and know that 99% of the reason that you do not book a job has nothing to do with your talent.
Yeah.
It's the factors are endless. So keep putting yourself out there. The more you put yourself out there, the better hit rate you kind of eventually have. It's definitely sort of a numbers game. It's a luck game. Your perseverance, though, your training, your perseverance, and your commitment are what will ultimately win the day. You know, there's Scarlett Johansson has auditioned for roles and not booked, even since she's become Scarlett Johansson. You know,
Yeah.
Not everybody for many circumstances are right for everything. So you just kind of have to keep that in mind and just keep plowing ahead.
Definitely. Yeah, that's very real because, you know, I don't think a lot of people, especially who are just trying to get into it, understand that, you know, you also, other than just having a name, you also kind of need to fit what they're looking for a lot of things, you know, because people are picking you. So, you know, when you first started, how long ago was it when you first started?
Well, I mean, I started acting when I was in 3rd grade.
Okay. Okay, that's a way back. But yeah, yeah.
I went to a special high school in Philadelphia, the High School for Creative and Performing Arts, to study drama there. After that, I went to film school in Santa Fe. That school closed down. Otherwise, I'd totally rep it. But, you know, and so professionally, all of this professionally has been just a few years, maybe about five or so years working on acting professionally.
Mm-hmm.
And directing maybe a little longer, but it's that's a whole different game from acting.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine being a director though. But that seems like such a cool thing to do. Is it cool? Like, is it fun? You love it?
Oh yeah. I mean, not that I'm good at anything else, but it's what else I'd rather be doing, you know. Telling stories and kind of writing, directing, acting, kind of whatever I can kind of get my hands on in the moment. It's so good. It's so much fun.
Okay, so so this is a good one. I did want to mention because I was born and raised in Pasadena. I don't know. I know you were there I think it was a few nights ago or a week ago almost. You were there at the Pasadena Playhouse.
Oh,
I
yeah.
saw it on Instagram. It was there for an event. Can you explain a little about that? Because I don't know. I'm gonna be real. I don't know too much about plays, but I know you definitely have a lot of, you know, expertise in it. You know a lot more about it than I do, obviously. So if you could speak about what you were out here doing, because, you know, I know the Pasadena Playhouse, it's historic. I mean, I love it. I've seen a few things over there. And, you know, I'm also just want to see what you thought about, you know, being down here. I don't know if you come to Pasadena a lot, but, you know, if you were down here, just what you thought, you know, being part of that event.
I used to. I lived in Echo Park when I first moved here, and my bank was in Pasadena, so I was in Pasadena every weekend.
Okay, okay, that's not. Yeah, you know, Pasadena has that history. Yeah,
Then I did a couple plays there, not at the Pasadena Playhouse, but
yeah,
so yeah, I like Pasadena quite a bit.
that's
Uh,
cool. Yeah,
the thing at the Pasadena Playhouse, I went to go see Sanctuary City, and I was
yeah.
just invited by
Okay,
the Playhouse to go and be there, which was incredible. That's the first time that's happened to me. Um, and I got to bring my wife. We both got free tickets to the play. We got a free glass of wine afterwards. You
that's
know,
nice. So the first
yeah,
time you got invited for that, or for just any type of play.
like that kind of thing, like a red carpet event kind of thing, was awesome.
Wow, how was it? Did you enjoy it?
The play was fantastic. Yeah, Sanctuary City. That it was. What is great about theater is
Hmm.
that you can have. It's partially what's in your mind. You know, like your mind fills in a lot of stuff. It can be a really big performance, and it can be a really tiny, subtle performance. And this thing works all those different knobs. It's incredibly theatrical, and it's incredibly raw and real.
Wow.
It was a real treat to see it.
That's cool, yeah. Because I was always into the YouTube of things, so I never like. I think my first play I saw, I think it was like The Lion King when I was like small. I was in Hollywood at the play, not the play,
Oh yeah,
at the
Contagious.
Pantages, yeah. And after seeing stuff like that, especially with how alive it is, and in the theater of all the people who actually are very invested in it, they love seeing it and they love going out and watching those things. I was like, there's a whole different part of the industry that people do what they do in the in being in plays, and it's just so fascinating to me. And that's why when I saw because I saw some pictures, I think the Pasadena Playhouse posted some too, and I saw them on Instagram of you. I was like, wow. I was like, I didn't know he did
I
that
was like,
too.
wow.
Yeah, no, because like it's crazy because I mean, I know I keep saying he does a lot, folks, but he does a lot of things, and that's why I think you definitely need to explain to us, you know like, was that your plan, just to do all those different things, like acting, directing, or did that just come like out of nowhere?
Yeah. So as I said, I went to high school and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do act. I'm gonna act and act. And while I was in high school, I'd been doing community theater plays and school plays, and taking classes outside of high school. My standard drama curriculum there. So there were days where I'd have to be at school at 7 o'clock in the morning. I do my classwork, like acting classwork, and then I go do the school rehearsal for the school play, and then I'd leave the rehearsal for the school play and go do rehearsal for the community theater play, and then
Wow.
on Saturday and Sunday I'd be taking extra classes on things, and I was just sort of like, I think I got to take a break.
Yeah.
I'm getting worn out here. And
Wow.
at my high school they had a TV film program, so I kind of got really jazzed about making movies. Rather than just kind of being in them. So since then it's been real neck and neck between acting and directing. I say acting fills my heart and directing fills my soul, is the cute little cheeky way of saying it. But absolutely, always entertainment. And I don't have any family or friends that are in the entertainment business. My dad is an architectural lighting designer. He worked in the theater for a little while, so he had sort of that kind of background. My mom is a teacher and a principal, a very creative individual. We used to like to do crafts together and stuff like that. But exactly where it all came from, I don't know. But it was definitely from an early age, like, yeah, I'm headed in that direction. When I was younger, I thought it was New York, until I went to college and I broke, past the Mississippi. I was like, oh, it's going to be LA now. But it's always been that kind of focus.
I think a lot of people say that, where they're just like, they don't really know how it's going to be, and then it's different when they come to LA. But once you work here for a while, they get used to it.
Yeah, it's definitely, it has its own rhythm. But
Yeah.
so many people, especially when they first arrive, maybe, but so many people like to play up this concept of it being vapid, and it's only entertainment people, and it's only kind of fake people.
Yeah.
The majority of my friends do not work in the entertainment industry out here. There is, at any time of day, you can go see live music somewhere. There's so many great museums, delicious foods, anything that you want, anything that you want to eat.
The foods. Let me tell you, the foods are no and I was raised in Pasadena, so it's the suburb of LA, but we're still in LA County, and there's food all over the county that you have to try. People will come out from the city, out to different parts of the valley or different areas just to go try different places that someone recommended. Did your friends, did you meet them here, or did you know them before?
Yeah, mostly here. I moved with my wife, but we weren't married at the time, and a couple of friends from college. But other than that, I've just kind of been making my own world here.
Wow. And so now we will. I don't want to get in fully into the whole Dhar, because you've done again a lot of things. So I do want to say though, in Dhar Mann, there's a lot of teenage kid actors, a lot of them who are probably on TikTok. And not probably are definitely on TikTok. Is there a favorite TikTok trend that you've done or you've been part of? Because I know you do some.
A favorite TikTok trend? Golly, I don't know. When I first joined a year and a half ago or something like that, there was it's just weird nostalgia probably, but like the potato song.
The potato song, huh?
And
how did that go? What was it like?
Potato.
Oh, I think I know it. Yeah, I think I know that one. Yeah.
The Super Spy, and I hear those now, and I get like a funny little warm, fuzzy feeling. But I don't know. I guess the point of a trend is that it's just supposed to be sort of like you hit it.
Yeah. But you enjoyed it in the moment that it was out, right? You still have like all them on your account? Like you have an account where
oh yeah, I haven't deleted
go back. Okay, so they're still there. Okay. Yeah, because I've seen, I don't know if you know, but for a lot of people on TikTok, a lot of their accounts are getting banned for no reason. I mean, I was never really a TikTok person, but I've seen a bunch of like these teenage actors and kid actors also, I'm like, where's their account? They were here yesterday, now they're gone. And then they're just, I don't know, I guess TikTok just deletes their account or something like that.
It's scary.
What do you think about that? Like, what do you think about social media?
I like social media. I think I am very lucky because I'm on Dhar Mann, and that has given me a base audience. So I don't need to work that hard at social media to grow my audience right now. It's going to change, I'm sure. But so I get to just be silly and post whatever I want and do a trend if I want to. I mean, I have found, annoyingly, if I am doing a TikTok and I spend a lot of time on it, I shoot something, I edit it, I put some work into it. No views. If I just pick up the phone and I do a quick like hundreds of thousands of views. So
yeah. It's like that, huh? It is. And that's why you're like, no wonder that kid that made that TikTok video, he's now on site with me this week because he just did one. Yeah, exactly. Like, it only takes one video, and then they're like, bam, and then they can go anywhere really with some of these videos that they're making. It's crazy how powerful it is. But when I started in the industry, it was like mainly on YouTube. So I've seen the power of social media, and then recently got more into like acting and stuff. So that's why I was wondering what it's like for someone who started more in acting, because social media has grown, and I wanted to see how, if they use it, as you being a director, I feel like you can use it because it's a creative mindset, where you could be like, okay, well, let me edit and let me mess with this. And I want to know how you look at it. Do you look at it like that?
Not necessarily for me. Again, just because if I'm going to sit down and make something, I want to be able to really invest in it and make something. I'm working on a web series right now. I'm going to put on my YouTube channel. And it's going to cost a lot of money, and it's taking a lot of time writing scripts and
okay.
So social media for me is a place where I can just sort of like spew whatever, and I don't like it's. I guess it sounds sort of hoity or whatever. I don't want to invest too much time in making like a real good TikTok video.
Yeah. I get that. No, I get that.
They don't get seen, but if I can put a lot of energy into something that feels like a little bit more substantial, a 10-minute short film, something like that, then I get jazzed, and then I really love it. But doing just a couple minutes at a time doesn't excite me in that way. I just find it fun, and I like doing that.
Well, speaking about what you just mentioned, that was actually what my next question was going to be, like, what's next for you? But you did just tell me that you have something you're working on. Is there a little you want to share about that? Because I'm interested. It's funny because for me, I like this show is brand new for me too. So it took months of just trying to figure out how to do things. So I'm interested to see how you are looking at it. Trying to start your new. It's not a podcast, right? I don't want to say that.
It's going to be a web series. Short web series. We only have 5 episodes, about 8 to 10 minutes each episode. Things are being written right now. I'm going to direct it and star in it. There's going to be some familiar faces in it, people that you know.
Okay.
And yeah, it's I don't want to say too much about it, I guess, but it's about a burglar and his imaginary friend.
Oh, okay. Hey, you. I don't know if we heard it here first, but we heard it. So we're gonna make sure we clip that because we want to make sure we remember before it goes. It goes live.
Yeah.
So what I was gonna say. So all right, we got a few more minutes here. Yeah. Is there any? Okay, this is a good one. Actually, I like this one. Is there any on-set drama that you could share with us or that you would like to share with us? Nothing, huge, but just wondering if you got any, because, we like to have a little drama segment up on this show. So if you have any, we can clip it for sure.
Not really. I've, tensions can occasionally run high because acting can be a little bit exhausting. I'll show you this. I'll share this story. This is a better story.
Okay.
So ultimately, no. Like every now and then, you can kind of get grumpy about something. At least me. But I try really hard not to. I try to be water or whatever. And sometimes some people are grumpier, and you can't get in their way or whatever. But I was directing a short film. I don't know if it's on my YouTube channel, Abigail and the Pearl Thieves, and I was having a ball. It's this big sort of it's kind of a fantasy story. The actor, a guy called Benedict McDonald, you see him start to sweat.
Oh,
and he's kind of dabbing himself, and he's like, "Hey, is Sasha out there?" And none of the crew hear him or anything like that. And he's like, "Is Sasha here? Sasha?" Sasha's the makeup woman, and I went, "Sasha!" And the AD comes over to me and goes, "Hey, it's okay. We'll find her. Don't worry about it." And the air sucked out of the room, and everybody turns. And I realized that the director position, I was having a great time. Nobody was doing anything wrong, but I yelled.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody got real tense, real quick. And it just is that sort of anecdote is just, everybody is sort of on edge because everybody is trying their best. And the days are very long. And you're in sort of this weird amalgamation of creativity and technique. And it's just, you're always kind of laying track for a train that's right behind you,
Everyone went silent as soon as he yelled. They were like,
right away.
Yeah, straight up.
I wasn't being mean. I wasn't being angry, but my voice raised above the crowd. And so there, you just kind of have to learn that everybody's tense already. Be cool, have fun. That's what you're there to do. So to let any kind of nervousness, ego kind of thing kind of dampen your day and dampen everybody else's day is a real bummer. And you want to try as much as you can not to do that and have on-set drama.
You're trying to spread that positivity too.
That's what you do in Dhar Mann, yeah. I mean, I see it. But everything you do, I feel like you always put some little spirits or spread some positivity, which is great. Sadly, that's all the time we have for today. But I appreciate you coming on, and thank you for being our first guest because it's only up from here. Of course, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, but if you would like to catch any other clips or different parts of this interview, please check out later this week. They will all be dropped on the YouTube channel. And please let me know what your takeaways were from this interview. I'll see y'all later.